Hip-hop since 1987.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Bankroll Buna. You are now tuned in to hip hop since 1987.
Yes, so you guys, me. My name is Alana Milan, and you are now tuned into my next episode of my virtual talk show called Talk to Me. And my special guest is Brownsville native Bankroll Buna. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're doing good.
Doing good. So tell me a little bit about, I'm from Philly, right? So I hear but I also spent a lot of my weekends in Brooklyn, but I've never been to Brownsville. So tell me a little bit about growing up in Brownsville and how that shaped you into who you are today.
Well, growing up in Brownsville was amazing. I love my hood. It was a lot of trials and tribulations growing up out there. Beefing and all of that shit going on. So it was it got a lot of, for me, pros, and it got a lot of its cons. So it taught me how to move at a young age in the streets.
Mm-hmm. And then, I asked that question because in the midst of all that, some way, somehow you found creativity. You know what I'm saying? So would you look at music as like an expression?
Yeah, I would look at it. Yeah, I would look at it as a way to express myself. Yeah, in fact.
And release.
Because I had release a lot of my anger that I've been going through out there and shit. Cops been bothering me since I was about 10 years old, out there. So it was just a lot for me to talk about.
Nah, for you. How long have you been rapping?
For 2 years now.
Serious? You've been taking it serious for 2 years? Because I'm more than sure it's
serious for a year and a half now.
Okay, because I'm more than sure it's crossed your mind throughout life. You might have started a couple years ago, but didn't you? As a kid, didn't it cross your mind I'm gonna be a rapper?
As a kid, I used to just be watching BET Awards all the time and be like, yo, man, how the fuck these people get there?
Right.
And as I got older, the hood started telling me, yo, you got a talent for this shit. You can fuck around and beat it now. And I'm like, I always doubted it. It was always a fantasy in my head.
Yeah.
Once the music started coming together, every time I go to the studio, I'm like, oh yeah, I can fuck around and do this.
Yeah. And you said you only been taking it serious for a year and a half. So that being said, you do have new music out or whatever the case may be. And if I'm not mistaken, one of your songs has about 400,000 streams. Organically speaking. Organically. Yeah. And so how did you go how did you feel once you seen that big response? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the start of it.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's the start of it.
When I seen that many views, it's it didn't really hit me until I started coming outside and people was just noticing who I was through the face mask. I'm like, y'all know who I am through this. I got my whole shit covered. Y'all still know who I am. Damn, that's when it started to hit me. Damn, I gotta figure something out. Right. I can't be just, there's a lot of negative out there too. So
right,
safe. It was a great feeling though. Yeah.
Right, getting to a point where it's you could walk outside, but you can't walk outside because people know you. That shit get crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga said, watch your step.
Watch how you step. Yeah. That's why I made that.
And you said your last project is called Bulganistan, right?
Oh, the last project I dropped was called Bulganistan. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me the inspiration behind that.
The inspiration behind Bulganistan was my hood, what we went through in my hood. My hood, we rep the Wu, that's the family. The other people try to make us look like monsters, like a gang, but that's just the family. We all love each other. We throw cookouts, parties, block parties, go crazy and shit. But that's what inspired it. the indictments that happened with all my friends and all of that, like this, all the hard times we've been through. So I had got a lot of those guys that rap too. I got them on that tape. Everybody that's wooed, like all the big woos, I got them on a tape with me.
Yeah. And like you said, that's crazy that you mentioned that because, like it's love between y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's family. It's a movement. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, like it's crazy that the rest of the world try to paint y'all as, whatever the case may be. But to y'all, it's like love. Like, So it's that you said that because a lot of people probably don't get it from that perspective at all. You feel me?
Yeah, like we all family. We all know each other mothers. We call each other mommy. Mm-hmm. Like each other's moms. Like if that's your mother, that's my mother. So that's how we move.
Right.
So it's like that.
Yeah, like family, like you said. And I mean, being as though that it's such a big movement where you're from as well. So being as though that you're now about to be at the forefront, you know what I'm saying? Representing what you represent or whatever the case may be as an artist. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel like there's like pressure? Because you're about to carry a torch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a lot of pressure. Like that's all I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of pressure because where I come from, a lot of people gonna want to touch me. A lot of people gonna try to get clout off me. So it's like I said, like when I come outside now, it's totally different. Mm-hmm. So now I gotta watch my back. Gotta make sure I make the right decisions for my team. Make the right decisions for my neighborhood. So I don't mess up because a lot of people was like carrying a torch and shit went like really bad. Like so I ain't trying to follow in I'm trying to learn from everybody's mistakes and move about it a different way. Yeah. But it's hard though, especially there because we got so much of a reputation already on our name. It make it hard for them doors to open.
Right, 100%. I mean, but you got to bust doors down. You feel me?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm knocking them down.
Doing it. Yeah, fucking them up. So I mean, going up though, like you said, you only been kind of into it for 2 years, but like, who would you say might have had an influence on you? It doesn't have to be an artist. It could be like a businessman. It could be an author. It doesn't matter. Like who did you look at coming up to be as adamant in following the dream as you are right now?
Like I looked at my father. For me, he passed away, and we had a lot of situations in the hood. Like I've been seeing him get shot out there, a lot of shit. So, and he was rapping, and like when he passed away, his songs was getting played on the radio, heavy. So I'm like, damn, I gotta continue this dream. I gotta.
Huh? I said that shit in your bloodline. So
yeah.
Now that you're telling me that, but go ahead. You said his songs was getting played on the radio, and
yeah, he was doing records with Pat Poose and all of that, and I'm like, damn, this shit was really happening. And he was about to make sure I was out the hood. So it's like, I gotta continue to dream. He used to sit with me at the table and like try to show me how to write rhymes. And I never used to want to do it with him. I was like, I don't feel like reading and writing. Like, let's go play the game. Like, let's go outside and play with the remote cars and shit, man.
Yeah.
And so I just took that shit to heart as I got older. And then I had to just as much skills as he did, probably even more. And I just ran with it. Like,
I love this.
That's for us. That's for us now.
Right. So you carrying the torch in so many different ways at that. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. And as a rapper, I mean, things are gonna start growing, and then going forward, there are going to be people who are looking at you as a blueprint, right? So even though everything's moving kind of fast, at the end of the day, everything that's being received by you right now, you worked for it. It doesn't matter how fast it happened. You did something to receive that. So if somebody were to come to you right now and say, hey, I want to be a rapper, like I want to push my music, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, like what are 2 to 3 tips that you would give them?
I would say 2 or 3 tips I would tell them is to keep working no matter what anybody thinks about you. Like, you don't need to worry about what the world thinks. Like, from you gonna get the negative. Bad comments is good comments. I'll tell them that. Like, that's the first tip I would tell them. Second one I would say is like, stay consistent, you know? Stay on top of your game. Keep going to the studio no matter how much it costs or whatever. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And last thing I would say is just have confidence. Have confidence within yourself, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
And I know definitely like your foot about to be on the pedal. I know you ain't taking it off. We got like 2 months left in the year. That means the top of the year about to come up, and you definitely about to drop your new single tonight, correct? Called Dangerous.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, I'm about to drop Dangerous.
All right. So by the time this come out, people are already going like hear it, they're gonna see it, whatever the case may be. So just tell me some inspiration behind the creation of this song.
It's just me. That song is just me, like basically responding to like the world, like all the negative that's trying to take me down, and I'm telling them, y'all ain't gonna take me down. Like,
we outside.
Come try. We outside.
We outside. All right, shadow, no cap. Like keep going. Like that's all you gotta do is not stop.
Yeah, not stop. No brakes on this shit. No brakes on my car.
No breaks. And where can we keep up with you at on social media?
On Instagram is Bankroll_Buna. On YouTube is Bankroll Buna. Facebook Bankroll Buna. Snapchat Bankroll Buna. Everywhere.
Basically, Google Bankroll Buna and this nigga gonna pop up. You can follow us at Hip Hop Since 1987. Thank you for talking to me. I can't wait to see what you have next.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.